Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 70. Welcome. Let's see. As always, I have lots to show you, so let's just get started. Okay, so for my finished objects this week, I only have the set of squares from the 365 Days of Granny Square project. This is all I've got done is the set of the 6 squares that I've been aiming to do every week is the 6 squares per week. Got those done. Everything else is works in progress. So I'll just go ahead and get started and show it to you. Okay, so last week I left off on number 298. And so continuing on, this is number 299 right there. And then this one is number 300. Right there. It's got really scalloped edges around. I think she did this in red and green to make it more Christmassy looking, but I just wanted it to look more generic, so then I changed up the colors. Okay, let's see. 301, this one. I really like this one. And 302 is this one. This one was fun as well. And then this one is 303. That one's got a 3D flower to it. And then this one is number 304. Is this one. Very interesting. Mine kind of turned out more of a rectangular shaped, but I think with when it gets attached to the border and all the other squares to it, I think it'll end up being better. Yeah, see if I stretch it, it kind of helps the shape of it. Anyway, that one was a fun one too. Okay, so, and what I've been doing with these is, this is the 365 Days of Granny Square, the tutorials that I'm following that Nadia of Yarn Utopia has put out. Well, she put it out, posted them like back in 2016, I think, so I'm just now doing them. But anyway, great tutorials, having a good time doing them. I am ready to get finished with them, since I've finished up 304 so far, but I am determined to get to the end. Okay, so, and then that's on all my finished objects. So for my works in progress, of course, I am putting the squares together in blankets that I will be donating to the Project Linus project. And this is number 365 squares of 365 Days of Granny Squares, blanket number 9. So I have 2 rows, which was the squares I did for the last 2 weeks. And I am bordering them this time in black, just Red Heart Super Saver black. And I've got 6 across. And I believe this one will probably end up being 6 squares by 6 squares, I think. As always, I always kind of get to the 5th row and think, does it look big enough, or should I make another row? Well, let's see. So anyway, you can watch and see where I end it. But anyway, enjoying that. So next week I will have these attached to this, and I will have 3 rows. Okay. Now, works in progress number 2. Oh, okay, so I've been working on the Christmas character blanket project that I've been doing a square per month to get this Christmas blanket done. And this is, of course, the blanket from Sarah Zimmerman of Repeat Crafter Me. And so last week I showed you that I had finished the square number 9, the Christmas stocking square. And so I decided, since that was the end of the 9 central squares, that I decided to go ahead and start stitching them together, so then that way I won't have so much assembly to do right at the end. Well, I got 6 of them stitched together. I still needed another row, but I wanted to go ahead and show you the progress on it. Back up a little bit here. So there you go. There's my 6 blocks. I do need the 3rd row down at the bottom. And so I'm really liking this. I really like the colors. I think it's going to be really cute once I get it all together. It'll be very difficult to show on camera at that time because, like I said, I still have the other 3 blocks to put at the bottom. And then also, of course, I have the banner that goes across the top and the bottom. The top, it says Merry, and the bottom says Christmas. So I'm still got a ways to go on it, but I wanted to show it. I wanted to go ahead and get some of the squares put together. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue on it and get those other 3 stitched on there. So that part will be done. So I probably will do it this next week, and so I'll show you the 9 squares together next week, next episode. Okay. And let's see, another thing I'm working on, is the goat amigurumi. This is a project that somebody was wanting me to do. It's going to be a baby shower gift, actually. And the reason it's a goat, because as I explained before, that it is a mascot to a soccer team that the parents-to-be really like, and so that's why she wanted me to make a goat. And besides making a goat, I'm also having it where it looks like it's got clothes on and it's the uniform to the soccer team. Okay, so my progress so far is he actually does look like a goat now. He's got his horns, and those were really interesting. I crocheted the pieces, and then you had to use a pipe cleaner, and I just folded it. I think I had to fold it like in thirds, and then I inserted it into the horns, and then I kind of stuffed around those, so that way they will hold their curved shape. So anyway, I went ahead and got his muzzle and ears and horns stitched on, so that way I can kind of see as far as the placement of the stripes. See, the uniform has red and white vertical stripes on the shirt, and then navy blue for the shorts. And so I wanted to go ahead and kind of get the face. I don't have his eyes, of course, but some of the features on there, so I could kind of get an idea of what he was going to be looking like. And see, I did stitch his tail on. And like I was telling you, I think it was last week that I said that I needed to pull back on the shirt, and so I did. I ripped it back up and ended up taking 2 rows of the shirt out and starting the pants a little higher because of the placement of the tail. It was going to be too close to where the shirt starts instead of the in the shorts area, so I went ahead and did that. Now I have done his back legs, or his back legs, right? Yeah. And I just did a gray right there for the hoof, and then I did a little bit of the white there since it is supposed to be shorts instead of long pants, and then I finished it off with the navy. Okay, and he will be in a seated position, so I will be attaching the leg here like to the front of the body, and I do have both of the back legs, so I'll be doing that next. And then all I have now to do is the arms, and of course the arms will have the striped red and white pattern to it for the sleeves of the shirt. So I'll use the same gray for the hoof, and then I'll have to I believe it's long sleeves, so I will have to start from the hoof up with the stripes. The way I did it up here is I did 1 row of red completely around, so that way it would kind of break up between the white of the shirt and the white of his not skin, his hair or whatever, his coat. Yeah, so anyway, here he is. I think he's going to be cute. I really do. This is a pattern, is paid for pattern, but it is a pattern by My Amigurumi Farm is what it's called. And there's a link to it from Ravelry to get there. And of course the goat pattern from that pattern actually was brown and no clothes. But so I had to change up the color and that sort of thing to go, so then it looked like the mascot. So anyway, so that's that. Almost done with that. I need to get done with it as soon as I can, so I'm going to try to finish it up this week because I need to go ahead and get it to her soon. Okay, let's see. And the last thing I worked on is the Pocket Full of Posies circular vest. And this is a pattern by the Lavender Chair. And I did doing it in the Red Heart Super Saver stripes in the color Polo Stripes. And so there is what I've got so far. I've just now see the chains here. That's just where the armholes will be starting. So that's the back. And then I had to do the chain for the armholes, and then I'll continue on from there, and that'll end up being, the top part will end up being a collar, and the bottom will be the lower back area of the vest. Anyway, I'm really loving these colors. I don't know if you really can tell the colors that well, but they're very pretty jewel-toned colors. I like the way they transition. So this goes along with the other vest I did, which is right here. And this is retro stripes, the same Super Saver stripes, but this is the Ring Around the Rosy vest that I did. And so this one is called Pocket Full of Posies. And I thought that was so cute because it's for sisters, and so I thought that was cute. So hope they fit. Okay, and so that's it. Oh, and the only thing else I did this week is, so we'll talk about upcoming projects. So you know the fall wall hanging right there that I did, the fall, I'm calling it the fall graph along, because I released tutorials on how to do those squares, mainly to help people that hasn't made or used a corner-to-corner graph, or that technique, following a graph to make an actual picture type picture. Anyway, to help them out get more comfortable and have more confidence in doing a corner-to-corner graph project. And so this week I had to film, well, the pumpkin tutorial is out, and the owl tutorial is, I just released it this past week, and so next week on Monday I will be releasing the fall, that rectangular banner part. And so what I had to do with that is since it's got letters that have to go a certain direction, I filmed one normal, which is I'm looking to see which one of these. I have my chart here. I did this one, right? No. I did this one, and it's probably going to look backwards to you, but I did this one the way I do it, which is left-handed, so the letters would look right on the tutorial. But then for the right-handed version of the other two, they're symmetrical, so all I had to do was flip it, and that was fine. But for this one, since it had letters on it, I went ahead and did another piece. Does that look right? Or that way? That way, right? Anyway, I had to do another piece, fall piece, for the right-handers because I had to follow the chart backwards that way. And so I was thinking that working on a backwards chart would be too distracting for the right-handers because, or it would be for me, because it would be backwards if I would have flipped it. Anyway, I did another one, and so that way there'll be the right-handed version and the left-handed version. So this extra one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a border, you know, dress it up a little bit, put a border, and I will back it with some felt on the back side, and then I will just hang it in another part of the house probably. I have my fall wreath that I had hanging there a few weeks ago, and I moved it into another part of the house, and so I may just kind of hang that beside it or something. I don't know. I'll find a use for it. Anyway, so I did that this week. That kept me pretty busy. But it's finished, and so the left and right-handed version will be released on Monday. So that's good. And then the following week will just be a short video I will release for talks about the assembly, putting them together. So So I've been working on that, and that's finished up. It's just waiting to be released, so that's good. Upcoming also is the calendar blanket, Jada and Stitches, her project that she's been doing this year, and tomorrow, which is Friday for me, she will be releasing the October section, so I'll be working on that this upcoming week and be able to show you. And then the NICU hats, the little Halloween hat drive that I've been working on. I was looking, I thought I had one out to show you, but I don't have it right here. I didn't work on any of them this week. I was just really trying to get this fall graph along, all in the books and ready to be released or whatever. So this next week I do definitely want to make several of them, because I want to get them given to the people that are taking the donations by the end of, well, by like the 19th, somewhere around there, of this month, so that way they can have them. I think they start handing them out like a week before Halloween to the babies born in the NICU at that time. And so I need to go ahead and finish that up. And as I was saying last week, I am going to, when I make them, I'm going to go ahead and film tutorials on me making them, since I got permission from Cream of the Crop Crochet to make tutorials for the preemie patterns. And so I will be doing that next week. So that'll be fun. And so that's coming up. What else? The llama blanket, I haven't worked on it. I've been itching to work on it, but I've just really been trying to get a few of these things taken care of first. And so it's coming back. I will be starting back working on that again. Hopefully maybe I'll get a little bit done on this week, but I'm not sure. I really want to concentrate on getting the hats to make sure I have a good collection of them to give. And then also, just upcoming is I was asked to do a lion and an alligator for a friend of mine for her kids. And so I think I've got a lion pattern picked out that I'm going to do. So if you have any suggestions, any type of cute alligator patterns, feel free to let me know in the comments below, suggestions for that. And let's see, I guess that's it. It's been a really busy week. So I hope everybody's having a great week. Oh, thank you so much for my subscribers. They're still climbing, so that's always a fun thing to see. Thank you so much for my subscribers, and thank you to my new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. But yes, I've been making weekly videos, and also a few extra ones here and there as of late anyway. So please subscribe, so that way you can see progress on my projects. I do a variety of different types of projects. I try to. I like have a lot of variety. And so, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and join us and come over to I have a Facebook group and it's called Yarnjoy Podcast, and you can go over to the Facebook group and join our group there if you would like. I have a good group of people that are posting the projects that they're working on, so it's always fun to see other people's projects as well. And it's good to ask people's opinion on how the project should look, and we have some great conversations over there. So pop over there and join our group if you haven't as well. Okay, so I think that's it. I will talk to you next week. Well, next week is episode 71, but I will be, like I said, working on some other tutorials, so you'll see me around. So, thanks everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.